As we all get together to celebrate Memorial Day this weekend, we're mindful of the thousands of young men and women who proudly served their country over the years, many of them paying the ultimate price in the service of the most noble of causes. When I was a kid, we'd celebrate that by parading in my home small town, and everyone would turn out and we'd celebrate our sense of American heritage. Today, it doesn't seem so cut and dry. So, as this is the season of both reflection and election, let's remember there is one presidential candidate whose solemn regard for the heroes we celebrate this weekend is well documented. Absent of his own military record by his own deceitful design, here's what we do have on record about the man who would be king and the soldiers who would serve under him.
He's not a war hero.
He's a war hero.
He's a war hero.
5.5 years.
He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured.
And while Donald Trump insists he's beloved by all, many of these veterans hold a very different opinion. And coming up, you're going to see some video from one of this week's biggest newsmakers that will really put this all into context.
In 2017, I retired after 30 years in the Navy, and regrettably, I voted for Donald Trump.
I'm a retired Army officer that served 2 tours in Vietnam. Mr. Trump has abandoned our veterans with the insulting of heroes like John McCain.
I implore you to register to vote. Get out there to vote. Rain or shine, you get out there and you vote. We need to make a difference together.
He is no friend of veterans, and I will not vote for him. I hope that no veteran will.
Now, let's take a look at this first-hand account from Trump's former right-hand fixer, Michael Cohen. He made a lot of headlines this week in the court in New York, but this is a blast from the past, special for Memorial Day, that speaks volumes about the profile and courage a young Donald Trump showed in the face of life-changing adversity. Keep this in mind as you bow your heads in reverence this weekend.
Mr. Trump tasked me to handle the negative press surrounding his medical deferment from the Vietnam draft. Mr. Trump claimed it was because of a bone spur, but when I asked for medical records, he gave me none and said that there was no surgery. He told me not to answer the specific questions by reporters, but rather offer simply the fact that he received a medical deferment. He finished the conversation with the following comment: "You think I'm stupid? I'm not going to Vietnam."
My dad fought in World War II and was awarded the Bronze Star and the Purple Heart. My sense of patriotism comes directly from him, and it runs deep, which is why, like so many, my red-blooded American blood boils as I see these Donny-come-latelys and these pretenders to patriotism hoot and holler about things my dad would not believe if he were alive today.
You know, this administration is trying to start a war with Russia. Russia's not our enemy.
Quite possibly in the future, another generation won't have a frame of reference of what we revered or why we marched in the first place. It will all seem maybe silly to them. But as the drum and bugle corps pass by tomorrow in your local parade, let's hope if there are parades in the future on Memorial Day, that they're distinguished by an acknowledgement of sacrifice and a celebration of decency. And let's hope that they're not marched in lockstep by a squadron of red sheep all wearing the same colored ties. And let's really hope that the thing we remember most about Memorial Day this year is that it wasn't our last.